Randy's at work. I have tried that loan from them people, American Advantage. If I would have looked at the Better Business Bureau before, or any of the other people, I would have found out they were a scam. George was in Hampton, Georgia. Alice, I really didn't care to look up, but I was going to send a message saying if you keep on working with Alice, you probably will be arrested. She's wanted by everybody. I mean, they call her Alice in Wonderland. That's funny. So I'm stuck here without a job, without any money, pregnant. So I think I'm going to try to get on disability or my SSI, pull it early. I should have IRA accounts, but I don't know where they're at or how to get them, or even if they haven't been cashed by somebody else. I sit here and think about the trust and what they did. I sit here and think about everything else. Well, now I know whose name it is, but I still don't want to pull it. I might pull a few thousand just to give me some money to do something with, but I don't want to go anywhere today. I don't want to do anything. I'm supposed to start up that business um, sometime. I told him tomorrow, but I didn't realize it was a weekend. I don't think any of these guys work on the weekend. So I'll send messages and all that stuff that I'm doing and see if somebody wants to do something today and get me started. And that way it'll give me something to do. Or I can start something. There's a lot of freebies out here. Sometimes it works, sometimes they don't. But yeah, they took $1,000 off of my um, Affordable Care Act. My Affordable Care Act balance was $26,000. So they pulled it from there. Now the lady at the bank said, the Affordable Care Act. Well, I need to talk about that too because I figured out who they were. So that money might be legit. But that was out of my account. So they were stealing money from me, giving it to me, making a profit off of it, and they were going to steal it anyway. That's three. That is three files of fraud right from the very beginning. So it lets me know there's money in that account. So I'm going to talk to them probably today or tomorrow and tell them what happened with that. So I think the bank is probably going to be able to let me keep that because it's going to clear. And I'll tell her where she got it from. Either today or Monday. I've been down there the last couple of days. I don't need to show down there. I'm down there on a Saturday. Nothing I really need to do anyway. We only open 4 hours. I don't think I'm going to be broke forever. I don't think I'm going to be broke for long. But it is kind of sucky being here. I have a half a tank of fuel and nothing I want to do. I'm just kind of in the loss. Um, I had a bad day a couple of days ago. Baby was giving me a hard time, but she's been quiet lately. I don't know. We'll see what happens here soon. I hurt my arm picking up a rock or something. I'm not sure what I did, but I thought, well, I guess I can get on disability now. The requirements is to have you worked 5 of the last 10 years. Yeah, I have. I've worked all of them, except for a couple since I've been here. I haven't worked. But the reviews for Advantage American. Now, the first time I saw them, it was Advantage Solution. And I had three red flags on it before I even tried to pull that money from them people. And the three red flags were, it's like, why am I even doing this? She put this $1,000 in my account, and I said dollar signs wrong. I also saw it on slow. I didn't know they were crooks, and I didn't know all that was going on, so it was kind of an educational purpose. I'm kind of glad it happened because it's educating me on what's going on with what people are doing nowadays. I'm not out in the world anymore. I don't have a whole lot of friends because of everybody's been dissing me and stuff like that and everything else. And they've been screwing around with me. It's just one of those things that's temporary. Oh, my YouTube account. I've got 121 subscribers. subscriptions. I thought the subscriptions would be harder to do get than the hours, so I'll work on the hours. I don't know how I did it, but I got um, 38 hours my first night. If somebody's stealing my hours, then I need to find out who's doing it and put a stop to it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it all day long and get some stuff on it and see what it does. Because it gives me a bunch of hours. All I need is 4,000 hours and 1,000 likes. And by the end of the year, the rate I'm going about 4 months on the subscriptions. So, and I haven't put out anything out there, any decent, except for a bunch of songs and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll end up with a gig somewhere. Who knows the future's going to bring. Yeah, the good thing is, we're healthy and happy, and I'm just kind of bored. Oh, and when I got rid of that America's Solution thing, our phone started working. So she's the one that locked out our phones too. Yeah, that girl's a decent work. I was gonna mention I'm not gonna arrest her, but I don't know. I think you were listening to me. Yeah, somebody was threatening me last night. I told them if they keep on bugging me, I'll find out who they are, where they live, and have them all arrested and do it myself and have fun doing it. And they decided to back out. I could tell when they were leaving. It was weird because the energy level has been off around for lately compared to what it was a little while ago, and I didn't know what it was. Now I know it was these people. I mean, this is really crazy. Now, last night I listened to this program, which is kind of against my religious beliefs, but is also kind of agree with them. They were talking about when you die, you need to look up when you see something somebody's coming to, which basically is true up to a point because not all spirits sleep. A lot of them just hang around. The ones that were looking scared and saw something horrible or saw something they didn't agree with. Now, I know different religions believe different things and everything else. I'm more of a Greek mythology person than a Christian. I train Christianity just to tell piss people off. People after you get to know me for a while, they know I'm not a dedicated Christian, but I'm a psychic that believes in Christ. Now, if you can figure that one out, then you can explain it to me. That's what I claim. And yeah, I was looking up some weird stuff last night, but I'm not going to get into it. It's kind of funny. Well, anyway, enough of this. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with my YouTube, continue on with my Facebook entertainment and everything else, and then work on all that other stuff tomorrow. I'm going to send messages out to all these companies. I've got 5 of them that I think might work. Now, somebody told Randy that all these systems work, but you have to be dedicated to it. Well, I've got a lot of time during the day where I'm just lately, because I haven't been driving anywhere. I've been everywhere around here within 300 miles on all the county roads and everything else. And I've come to a conclusion, saw the same thing. Oh, I'm going to start fishing again. But part of my thing about fishing was the fish tastes good out there. I went down to the Grand Junction to that lake where I used to live by, and yeah, man, it was getting me a little bit. Last night I didn't even think I was going to be able to take off my nightgown, but it's getting better today. I think by about Wednesday or so, I won't even know that happened, or remember that happened. Now this plant is just, it's getting to be pretty big. I don't know what we're going to do with it. It's not going to fit in the window. It's just growing like a little weed. I pulled the dead branches out of it last night, a lot of them. I was going to in the forest is what I call it. It's really easy to do. Our aloe verde plant's not looking pretty good, but it needs a different climate. It's not hot enough in here for it. It's in a proper container, but I don't know. I wonder if I should just take it outside and plant it. But it says it'll kill it. The orchid's doing a little bit better, but Those don't need very much water. The other one will water it every other day. That's giving it too much water. I was better last night. Well, anyway, I'm gonna play with YouTube. I don't know which cats are in or who's out. I saw Mama in here today, so I imagine she's either behind the clothes or someplace else. I was gonna take a lot of those clothes and the ones I wasn't gonna wear, just set them outside, get rid of another one of those baskets. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably do that now because I'm really bored. I expected to do that project today and work on that, but I've got the system and all that other stuff to do. I've got a few of those programs that I paid for that I'm sure they're probably doing something today. So we'll see what happens. If not, I'll do it on Monday. I'll enjoy the weekend. I'll figure out something to do here in a little while. I just woke up too, so I'm kind of groggy and I'm kind of upset about that. That somebody could actually be that ruthless to do that to somebody and think they're perfectly justified to do it. That's the scary part. That's the sad part about the whole thing is they think they can do that to whoever they want and have no justifications. I wonder how many name changes that she really has. You get all that stuff. I've got a program that I think Donald gave it to me that kind of works pretty good on stuff like that. Well, my fuzzy friend, his co-partner didn't want to see me. I think he thinks I'm going to get in trouble with that loan. So I think that's why. Because before he said yeah, this time he said no. So I won't be over there until Brad gets back. That will be next week sometime, or a couple weeks. It doesn't matter. I need to quit bugging them people anyway. I thought I was going to get something going with them, a job or run warrants or something. I still have quite a little bit of authority. I think that's why those guys with that loan decided to leave me alone. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to go to work with the FBI or any one of those organizations. As far as Donald, I don't think it was Donald who I was giving money to. I think it was somebody else. I don't even think Donald knew that I was coming down there. Because I'm sure if he did know that I was coming down there, he probably would have let me in. I did talk to him a few times, and he's got his own thing, so I wrote him several letters and told him what happened. And Congress said they were looking into it. I haven't heard anything at all. I'm sure if I would have told my vice president, they probably I heard him from that. But I don't think I could put up with those spoiled rotten little brats. I mean, you got the people in there, and just looking at the web pages of stuff these guys do, it's just looking insane. I mean, they're talking about their scary thing they just passed. Why? I don't know. They think they figured out how life works. They only know how the system works and everything else, and how to steal money and create money that doesn't exist. But they're causing us problems too. Eventually, it's going to crash and everything's going to be worthless. And the stuff that they have, when the riots happen, they're not going to be able to protect themselves because there's going to be no guns. And they're too stupid to figure out how to do things about that. I don't like our Congress, and I don't even like any of the presidents anymore. I think Biden's a con artist, and I'm starting to think Trump's the same thing. I mean, when he did not let me in that VIP parking lot, there's the guy over there, police station said, the Secret Service from there. And I think he said no to see if he had to stay away for a couple of weeks. I found something else to do. I'd like to bank. I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to keep my account open though, because eventually I'm either going to get my SSI. I'm going to get a couple of these businesses going where they're going to see a legitimate income coming in, and I'm going to stay off the other stuff because I'm not going to try to get any of those loans. That company came from Lending Tree, by the way. I can't believe Lending Tree would let a company do that. Advantage America. Unbelievable. That's pretty much what the site said. Well, anyway, peace out. So I'm going to jump on YouTube here in a little bit and Right now it's nice outside, so I'm gonna go outside. I cut myself a pair of shorts out of my pants and everything else. I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. Probably have a baby kid here pretty soon. A young kid takes a lot of attention, a lot of energy from mommy. So I won't have time to do some of this stuff. That's why I wanted to get something going now. I can at least get an income. But when the baby's born, I could probably get on SSI, I'm sure, or collect my Social Security. I've put quite a little bit of that. And I'm going to look for my IRA accounts too. If I can pull one of those, that would be pretty nice. They're quite a little bit of money too. Oh, I need to deal with Union Bank. Now that I know how to get into the account, I'll probably keep my bank account and then I'll tell them I got into that. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to make a couple $100 transfer to my net card out of my uh, Ameritrade account. If I can get somebody to tell me the name of it, because I'm not sure what the name of it is right now, or if I can get into it, like I should be able to. I should be all right. It's my account. You know, I have all the numbers and stuff, but I don't know. I memorize that, by the way. I'll get into it. Today, tomorrow, the next day, it doesn't matter. Like Kenny said there, too, doesn't matter. Oh, he's doing really good. He's got that car that he's been working on forever, moving, which I was kind of impressed about, but I told him, he said it has a leaky head gasket, a crack that's sealed with some solder across it that should stop the problem. I don't know if that's what he did. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet about that. I don't know. I like to move. I don't want to move. I don't want a nice place because then you have all the riffraff coming around, especially if you live close to town. You know, it gets pretty sad that people come in and try to steal your stuff, so you have to protect it. You can hire security guards and you can hire people to live with you, stuff like that. That's what me and Diana did. Or live by you or whatever, but well, that's what they did with me. But I don't know, it's just kind of strange. I miss those days. I expect to see them pretty soon. I expect to see Trump also. The original, not somebody that I don't recognize. Oh, Congress is talking about changing our NORAD, the military base in Colorado Springs, to, of all places, North Carolina. Why would they want to do that? Well, the underground stuff is already there. All they have to do is get to it. And you go out and you see these, stuff that's in the ground that's got locks on it and all this other stuff, and do not enter, no trespassing, government, everything. Those are usually the entrances. I don't know, it's just frustrating. I'm so kind of tired. I'll probably just go back to bed and sleep for a couple more hours. Daddy will be home and I'll have to be quiet. So I'll figure something to do. That's why I kind of don't want to sleep now. Well, anyway, this is 20 minutes and nothing but BS, so that's what I'm going to write. Later.